I would say he's dead, even though his body's alive. Which is what I think happens to the Inotense people.
They imply when Ino uses her mind transfer jutsu, they imply if something happens to the person she's in, it'd be really bad. What do you think happens? First of all, that's my first question.
Well, no, they imply that she dies. They imply because if it doses if Keen were to die, and then they all get worried, like, oh god, they figured it out. So I think Ino would die. Okay. So here's the weird thing. Let me just start with what I think should be the case. I think what should be the case in that sense is like Ino's soul would essentially die while her body is just there in that case. But the way it works for whatever reason is it mirrors the damage onto Ino, like Hidan's jutsu. So Ino starts bleeding exactly where and when Keen starts bleeding. So if you stab Keen, like Ino will just get like a stab wound in her chest, just like Hidan's jutsu, basically. That's just how it works, apparently.
Isn't Ino's bleeding internal though?
No,
so I don't think Ino had a cut or anything.
Let me just go pull it up. But like basically, Keen, like Zaku just blew Keen back with like his wind sound wave thing, and then slicing sound wave, that's what it's called. And then like Keen's lips started to bleed, and Ino started bleeding at the same time, like in the same spot from her mouth.
I don't think it's because her lip was bleeding. I think it was blood from her mouth.
Like when people just cough up blood when they get punched, kind of thing. This is how I thought it was.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But that was on the same for both of them, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's just that's not the same.
I don't know. I think she would just bleed the same.
That's just the shock from the damage. No, it's the shock from the damage itself.
I don't know, bro.
I can imagine.
The fact that it's on the same like this, I think it mirrors the damage.
Bro, I had thought I broke my headphones.
Immortal, what do you think? Immortal, what do you think? Do you agree?
With what? I was kind of gone.
Where the skin on the body and the body is this. Wait, Rexy. Okay. Do you think, and I'm just going to ask this question without the context, do you think Ino's mind transfer jutsu, when she mind transfers to someone else, if that other person gets injured, does that injury mimic back onto Ino, similar to Hidan's jutsu?
I see the scan. Oh, which one? Which did you? Which one is that? It's on. Okay.
A second. I just want to get the whole. I guess this will be enough.
I don't really think that would.
They said more in the anime. I like the anime version of this better. In the manga, they kind of just like they just attack her, and then Ino's just like, what? Like, how could you hurt your comrade? And he's just like, you underestimated us. Bad mistake. And then they start going into like what their actual goal is. But I liked when Dosu broke it down in the anime, when he starts breaking down the weakness. That was so much cooler.
So I think it's the body being damaged, but it's not damage to the body. It's like shock or trauma, or even like a headache or nosebleed. It's similar to like Eren from Attack on Titan. Like his body gets fatigued or tired.
See, I'm just looking at the fact that it's just like
bleeding, but he's not damaged.
But, I mean, it could be whatever, but
it's from the mouth. I'm not going to call that the same spot.
It's literally the same corner of the same mouth, the same side. Their left, our right.
So the question that's being asked is, do you end up experiencing the same damage as the person that you have mind transfer jutsu with? Like, does that pain in that experience come back to you after you get done controlling them?
So like hypothetically,
the cut.
If Zaku took a kunai and he slit the left wrist of Keen, would Ino's left wrist get a slit on it? Or at least feel the pain of that.
Okay, so okay, looking at the scan, which one did he mind? Did she mind transfer jutsu with Zaku?
Oh, wait, I'm
or
an idiot. It's after this that Dosu says he does it afterwards. Okay, it's out of order. Say what you said again.
Okay, which one is Zaku and which one is Dosu?
Dosu's the mummy-looking guy, and here I'll send a scan as well.
Plus, Keen isn't being cut here. She's being blasted back. The blood isn't from the airwave. It's from hitting the boulder behind her. Or tree or whatever it is.
Okay. That's fine. That's
okay, so the question is...
My point is that the blood came out on them both.
Okay.
Why did it come out of her mouth?
Did Ino receive any damage? Oh. So
I'm saying, why does it come out of Keen's mouth?
I said it's the same as when you punch someone in Naruto in the stomach and then they cough up blood. I said it's just like that.
Exactly.
But it happened to Ino too, is all I'm saying. It mirrored what Keen did. That's all I'm saying.
So backtrack here. Okay.
No.
So Ino is bleeding out of her mouth because Keen is damaged and so is she.
Yes.
Okay, so the mind transfer jutsu, like it works both ways. Like it can take control over the person's body. However, whatever damage that person that has been mind controlled takes will go back to the caster.
Bro, it's so obviously not the case. Ino literally thinks in that moment, Drats, I'm almost at my limit. Of course, that's not how it works.
I'm almost at my limit. Okay, so did she receive that?
What do you think that's in reference to? It's so obvious.
Oh, really?
Did she receive
the damage dealt to the target's body befalls the caster in a similar fashion?
So this is from the data books. Okay, but one question though. Did she receive that damage beforehand? Or did she just now received it right after King got damaged? And so that damage then went back to her through the mind transfer jutsu.
It seems, well, I mean, in the anime, it shows it like slightly after, but it seems like it's either like at the same time or just like right after.
It's because she's at her limit.
No.
She's at her limit? Okay, so why don't... Yeah. Okay, hold on. Mind transfer.
Also, that's Shikamaru, you idiot. You need to learn to read manga panels better. Shikamaru's referring to him being at his limit for shadow possession, which is what Dosu literally comments on in the next panel. When Shikamaru releases shadow possession, that's not Ino's thoughts. That's Shikamaru's.
Shut up.
Okay, so...
How about that?
Okay, the user converts their consciousness to spiritual energy, which they send to a target. Their consciousness moves slowly towards the target and travels in a straight line. If the user misses their target, it will take several minutes for their consciousness to find its way back into their body to prevent this from happening. When their consciousness SSF will take control over their mind transfer jutsu, blah blah blah, yada yada yada.
Yeah, wrong series.
Those also says from the looks of things, not that it actually is.
Ordinarily,
which
the mind
implies it isn't how it actually is.
The mind-body switch lasts
no, it's not, dude. It's literally accurate, though. We see this in every Shikamaru fight. Oh, you're talking about from the Ino part. Okay, I thought you were talking about the Shikamaru thing again. I was like, bro, he's literally witnessing it going away.
Okay, so furthermore, any damage the possessed body receives is done to their original body as well. It is for the reasons that Yamanaka are also teamed up with the Akamichi and Nara clans. The Akamichi keeps the opponents at a distance, and the Nara clan uses shadow to manipulate the Yamanaka's body. Strategically, can use. Okay, so in other words, any damage that's done to the target that is possessed will go back, will also be received to, the caster.
Yeah.
So pretty much,
in what form?
Whatever.
In what form?
What do you mean? In what form?
In what form?
The way.
So if you slit Ken's left wrist, is Ino's left wrist going to be slit in the exact same way?
I believe so.
At least in similar.
I'm definitely not. You're crazy.
Probably in this. Probably
not in a similar fashion. No, her wrist isn't going to be damaged.
Disagree with the Naruto.
Her body's just going to have shock.
Okay, so let's look at
I
this.
guess I do.
Okay, so let's look at this.
Okay,
Ino does
Mellow.
her mind transfer jutsu on
Mellow,
King.
free zone,
And then-
Oodie. I'm afraid we're going to have to kick you out of the stage then, unless you recant your statement.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Do you
listen.
recant your statement?
So,
Mellow?
all right, Oodie, listen. So, if Keen was which one, Dosu or Zaku, which one? Which one is Zaku? The one with
Zaku
the little
is the
box
guy with the
Kamui, you
sound
said can't
waves.
even get it right.
guy with the sound waves.
Dosu's
Okay,
got
so
the sound device and mummy, bandages. I can't believe you don't know who Dosu is. Like, I
See,
can forgive
Kamui,
you
a guy
not
who
knowing